Okay, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Tonight is a big night tonight. We are going super large for a marble. So it's going to be crazy. What's up, Dragonfly? What's up, Jenny? How are ya? What's up, Colleen? How are you? Eric, how are ya? Good to see everyone. Tonight we're going big. So tonight is a big, gigantic marble, part of the Marbleicious line. So we're going to be using the shield tonight. Because it will be absolutely necessary. I even got my darker glasses on. Because it could definitely be a little intense with the colors we're going to be using. Okay, there we go. We got a bunch of that pulled. I think it does look better in TikTok. That's what I'm saying. What's up, Jack? Robert? All right, so let's get it started. Okay, got that one all set. We're off to the side. Actually, I have to put this off to the side because it gets super intense hot right here. This area will get up to like 400 or 500 degrees. I don't know where I want to put these right now. Just put them over here. I don't. I need them nearby. So tonight will be a big night. All right, here we go. We're going to start off. We got to get the blank done. This is a 16 millimeter glass rod. It is 5 feet in length, and we're going to break it down now. So we got to build up the bulk first, and that is going to be the very beginning. This is going to be the large flame. This is going to be massive. When we go into the 3-inch marble size, it takes a large flame and a lot of glass. So this 5-foot rod will get condensed into about a 3-inch marble, mostly. And that's where we're starting off here. So there we are. We got that starting, and let's start compressing this together. I'm hoping that I can get this going pretty fast. We're just going to use the large flame. You can always tell when I'm going to go large because I got the shield up. The shield is what's sitting on front of my torch right here. And that blocks some of the radiating heat coming off of the marble itself that impacts my chest. It's not really for the face, it's for my chest area. And we're just going to keep going. See, we're building it up. It's actually going faster than I thought. It's going to be some cool colors, though. It's going to have kind of like a sandy color, aqua blue, and white. And we're going to do a swirl. It's going to get hot. It's definitely going to get hot. Hi, Red Squeak. What's up? All right, here we go. Got a lot to go. It's going to take a few minutes definitely to get this pushed into the size that it needs to be. Basically have to make a 3,000 degree ball that's 3 inches, about the size of a softball. So that's what we're shooting for at the moment. You can see it's kind of building it up there. I'll bring it out every once in a while. I haven't got my super... these are my dark glasses. So these are when I need a little bit more protection visually. So they are a little bit darker version. And it'll allow me a little bit more protection on this. So yeah, just a tiny bit darker, or tiny bit darker, but enough to keep everything safe. But yeah, the glasses these are my older glasses, but nothing wrong with them. They are specifically designed for super intense light. I don't know if y'all can tell, the flame is a little brighter tonight because of the size and everything we're doing. It is definitely going to be a big marble orb. Yeah, we're pushing about 3 inch on this. This is just halfway there. We're not even there yet. We are not quite there yet. We're getting there, though. How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all doing good? I love chatting with all of you. This is pretty basic. This is just the basic push a gather, so I have time to be able to chat with y'all. This isn't going to flow or drip or anything like that. This is for a customer, correct? Yes. Yeah, these are custom colors requested. And you can see we're getting a gather. It's getting a lot bigger now. And we're just going to keep pushing this in. And you'll notice my arms, how they're rocking back and forth. So we'll go this direction. I'll explain things as we go. How's that sound? We'll explain a little bit as we go. So this direction, it's making the glass flow down. Now when it starts to get too thick, you're going to see me change direction like this. And that's going to prevent it from getting too thick in one spot right now. So we just kind of let the glass flow back and forth while I'm kind of pushing it in a little bit, getting the gather a little bigger. And that's why you'll see me rocking it back and forth here. Now, about the time that I get this completed, the marble itself will probably be in the 1.5 to 2 pound range. Then we'll add the color and get it all spiraled up. Now, 1.5 to 2 pounds doesn't sound like a lot, but when you hold it way out here for an hour, it gets to be a little heavy. It can be a little bit heavy. Anyway, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Type 1 in the chat if you are having a good time. Yep, I am on the West Coast. And we are just rocking it right now. We definitely got the red glare going, right? We got it. Oh, good. We got a bunch of people doing good tonight. I'm happy to see it. Thank you all for typing 1 in the chat. All right, you can see the marble itself is getting a little bigger right there. We're getting the gather bigger. We got a little bit more to go, and we should be good here in just about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. What's up on the East Coast? How you doing? Where out on the East Coast are you? East Coast is pretty big, so where are you? Looks like a honeycomb. Yeah, it can, actually, at times. But you might be getting the reflection off one of the lights. I still have a black light running, and it looks like a honeycomb in there. I don't know if you can see that. Nope. It's definitely not that. All right, so a little bit more. We're almost there now. And then we'll add the color, and then we'll spiral this thing up. It should look pretty awesome. Maryland, awesome. Well, welcome in from Maryland. Good to have you on board. New York in the house? Really? Awesome. New York's in the house. Are you guys planning on going out for New Year's or staying home? I'm staying home. I ain't going anywhere. I am not going anyplace. All right. Almost there. We're getting there. Trying to gauge it right here. A little bit more. Staying home? Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely staying home. I'm not going anywhere. People in Detroit can't drive? I bet. Especially if you got snow or anything going on. It's kind of funny though when you think about it. People can't drive, considering that's where the automobile industry was kind of born, right? Pharmacy closes early. There you go. All right, a little bit more. We're almost done. I'm almost there. Here we go. All right, yeah, I think we're good. All right, so what I'm going to do now, we're going to bring this out, let it mellow out a little bit. We're going to cool it down just a touch right at this end where I'm tapping the finger. And we're going to burn it off at the other end. And then we'll start adding some color to it. Can you, Glass Automotive Tools, wrenches and screwdrivers? I use a few things. My 5-year-old is insisting that he stays awake for it. Yeah, that can definitely be a problematic, but I don't think they have school after it. I'm doing good from Covington, Kentucky. What's up? All right, so we're gonna melt this one off where I'm tapping my finger right here. We're gonna melt that off. Start bringing it down. Burn that off. And we got a big, gigantic marble prefabbed. We are making a giant 3-inch marble. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is a 3-inch marble technically a marble? Or is it something different? I don't know. I hate calling it a marble because it's like going to be 3 inches. So there's the mass of it. Just to give you an idea, this one here that I'm pointing at is 2 inches. So that's a 2-inch marble. That's a 2 1/4. That's about 2 3/4. We'll be going up to 3. Yep, it is a 20 millimeter rod, correct. So that's what we're starting off with. So we're going to bring it down, and we're going to start incorporating the colors on here. First one I'm going to pop on is white, and then we'll do the sandy color, and then the aqua. Glass sphere? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. All right, let's start adding the white on here. I was going to try and use that first-person camera that I'm using, the like GoPro version, the Insta360. But I was kind of worried that it was going to get too hot. I was definitely worried that it was going to get too hot. So one of the things I do want to point out while I'm doing this is, as I'm going through and adding the color, notice that the color rod itself isn't moving through the flame. It's the actual object itself that is moving. And the reason for that is, as we're going through, the flame has a different temperature up and down. Meaning, down here it's a little cooler, up here it's a little cooler. This is the sweet spot. And if I try and draw through it, it gets an inconsistent pull or melt. So I keep the color in the same spot, and I move the object. So right now we just got some white going on there, and this is going to turn out to be a beautiful spiral when we get done. If I could get this, whatever's in my eye, other than my finger. Okay. All right, we've got to add some more white on here. I've ever tried to get into an art school? No, I have had no desire to. I don't, see, I'm the type of guy that if you gave me a crayon book and some crayons, I'm going to color outside the lines. I'm not going to go inside the lines. So I don't know if I would fit that criteria. Know what I mentioned? I don't think I fit that standard criteria. I would definitely color outside the lines. And that's just my personality. That's kind of how I am. All right, so we're going to start kind of making this a little bit more even here. And I'll show you what I'm doing here. We're going to do a lot of explanation tonight on what's going on. So you'll notice this side right here, the line is very, very straight, okay? Very defined. But when you get to here, it's curved. Now, in order to keep this piece really intact, I got to balance that curved section out into a straight line. So we're going to keep coming in, filling in the gap as we go through, and kind of make it look a little more even like the other side. So we'll start up a little higher and draw inside here. We'll just keep filling in that middle gap right there until it kind of lines up. And then I'll try and draw one straight line down to balance it out. It's these little tips and tricks that we go through here. The little behind the scenes things that nobody ever explains. All right. So here we are. Thank you. I appreciate that. So now we got straight line, semi-straight line. It's pretty straight right there. but we balanced it out. We got the colors running down. Next color we're going to add on is the sandy color. Now this one's going to get a little bit of a different variation on it as we go through. We're going to apply this sandy color, and then I'm going to take some caramel color and we're going to swirl it into it. So we're going to give it a wood grain effect. It should look like wood grain. But for right now, we're just going to apply the base, and then we'll apply the secondary color and give it a wood grain technique. And here we go. We're just applying it all the way around. Make sure I'm leaving myself enough room here, because we still have to put the teal on here. Now the color that I'm applying the teal is an aqua teal color that I custom made some years ago. And I've got like 5 pounds of it left, maybe 4 or 5 pounds. And I can't remember what the color combo was to make it. I'm trying to remember to breathe. Y'all know me too well now, because I'm starting to draw these lines and forget to breathe. Oh, you found an ornament from decades ago? That's cool. All right, here we go. We're applying this a little bit more, and then we'll do the teal. We're going to start going for the wood grain effect here very shortly. So we're bringing it down and down. And one more final line here. Okay. So now we got this sandy color here. It's a very, very light tan. We got the white. But now I want to go for the wood grain effect. So we're going to take the darker caramel color, which is this one right here. You can definitely see it's a lot darker. We're going to intertwine this color into the sandy color and just mix it in a little bit. And it's going to create a little bit of a wood grain effect here in just a few minutes. So we're just going to go back and forth, swirl it around. I just want to spread this color out as even as possible right now. Then we're going to use some clear and mix it all up. We're going to get that wood grain effect. Ooh, she's cracking already. So one of the drawbacks of this is the holding rods tend to want to crack. A little bit up here, just blend it in. There. All right, so we got the color streaking through that sandy color. Just kind of like a wigwag squiggle in there. Next step is we're going to take a clear rod like this, and we're going to intertwine the two colors. And this is where we're going to get the wood grain effect. What's up, Melissa? How are you? Shovelhead would like to learn how to do this hands-on. How would someone... Oh, so there's a couple different methods that you want to start off with. First is there's a group on Facebook. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but it is helpful for this. And it is called Torch Talk, like Torch, what I'm working with right now, and Talk, just like I'm doing. I would join that group to begin with. It's one of the bigger resources right now for learning and just overall information. And then the next step is, my personal opinion is you do what's called a glassblowing experience. You should be able on Torch Talk to find someone to give you that. Meaning go in, mess around with the glass for a couple hours, and find out if you like being around it. And if you do, then you buy your starter set of equipment, about $2,500 to $3,000, and take a few basic lessons. Okay, very, very basic. How to make a mushroom, how to blow an ornament, basic. Practice for about 6 months or 3 months, depending, and then start taking classes according to the specialty you want to do. What's up, Red Squeak? Thank you for the super chat. All right, so we got the main rod, the holding rod right there. You can see it cracking right there. It's not unusual for that to happen. I'm going to have to seal that up real quick so it doesn't just fall off. So, yeah. And if you have any questions on glass blowing, like getting started, definitely reach out to me. I don't mind helping people get started a little bit with information, a little more detailed. This is going to crack a little bit more here. Watch. But yeah, if you have any questions along the way or you get lost, which you can, it's a hard industry to figure out, definitely reach out to me and let me walk you through it. I don't mind doing that at all. Oh, you're not, you'll be fine, Jenny. You're not bad at glass. You just have to get used to it. That's all. I love walking people through it. If I can inspire 1 or 2 people to learn this as a profession or a hobby, I've done my job. Then I would be happy. Tonight we're doing a giant 3-inch marble. I don't know if a marble 3 inches is technically a marble, but we're going to call it that at the moment. All right, we got to straighten this out. Definitely wanted to crack on me some more. Now we got to hurry up and wait. Who made Mothership Glass? Mothership Glass was started by a guy named Scott Dett. Scott was one of the founders of Mothership, I think. There's a couple others, but I only know of Scott. All right, here we go. We're going to separate this and we're going to add the teal color. All right, I'm going to show you a little bit of the wood grain here. So now you can see that kind of multi-caramel color. It will turn into a wood grain. Uh-oh, it's bending. I got to get it back. It was moving on me. Didn't quite cool down. So anyway, there's the wood grain. Look at it from the back side. So this is where, watch this. This is the learning part. So there's the outer portion of the wood grain. Now watch this. See the inside? That's what we're really going for. That inner look right there. So that's kind of how you do that. You only managed 2 out of 5. You know what? You got 2 out of 5. What's wrong with that? You're all good. So this is the aqua caramel color. We're about to apply it. Could I make a marble inside of a marble? You technically can, yeah. Where do I get my glass from? Whichever vendor has it on sale. There are a couple really good sources out there and a couple that I would stay away from. A couple really good vendors and a couple not so good. All right, so we're trailing this down. I love this color. It's going to look a lot darker hot as opposed to when it cools down. Right now we're just putting it down and getting a nice even base on it. In fact, I'm going to show you this color. It definitely has a different look to it. You're not seeing the true color yet. So we're going to separate this for a second. I'm going to set it right here. Stay. We're going to grab the flashlight. We're going to shine it on. You're going to see the color. Like, see that bluish aqua color? That's the true color right there. Isn't that pretty? But when it's hot, it looks different. But that is the color. Unfortunately, the camera's not picking it up very well. That guy, thank you. I appreciate that. If you wouldn't mind doing me a favor and hitting the little like button there, that would go a long way for me, help my little channel out. And if you enjoy what you're seeing, please hit the subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel, and we're going to make it awesome. I have some fun stuff planned for 2026. Like events that are going to happen. Not like anything you've ever seen on here before. Shovelhead, thank you. Yeah, if you have any questions, Shovelhead, definitely reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask a question, okay? And I appreciate that super chat. But yeah, I would definitely try doing a glass experience, and that's why I said join Torch Talk. That's the largest community of glass blowers I know of. And you will find someone to help you out on that. Melissa, thank you for the jewels. All right, a little bit more of this color. I got to add a lot of this tealy color. Theo, thank you for doing that with the memberships. What's up, Theo? How are you doing? What's up, Michael? Thank you for the jewels. All right, here we go. I'm sorry, this part takes a minute. This is taking a minute. But this color is super thick. Another fun fact, not all color moves the same. So this particular aqua teal color, it melts very slow, meaning it does not move very well. The white that I was using flows super fast. The sandy color, like the caramel, goes even faster. So every color has a different state where they move, and it feels completely different using them. And it makes it a little hard if you're not used to color. Like in the beginning when you're learning, it sucks. But eventually you learn it. All right, one more little stripe. I think we're good on teal here. Almost done. I might enhance this teal a little bit though. All right, one more little stripe to even that out, and I think we're good. And there we go. We're all good. So again, this teal color will show up absolutely gorgeous when it cools off. I don't know why. Everything wants to roll off my bench today. So again, that is in its dark form. When you see it this way, you can definitely see that bluey green color to it. Like, isn't that a pretty color? All right, last step, we have to do what I call a balance. So I'm going to bring this over and show you all. Right now we got white, the sandy wood grain, and the teal. In between here is a little bit of clear. Now, if I go to make this marble, that clear has a concave to it. It's not filled in. So we need to fill that in a little bit before we can go any further so that it's round all the way. So that's what I'm going to do right now. We're just going to kind of even it out. And then we're going to start forming the marble. This is where it gets interesting. So yeah, I'm just kind of balancing the weight of it all the way around out. It's something I see a lot of people forgetting to do on here. And it can cause some wavy lines, that's for sure. All right, and then we're going to come right down where that white is, and we're going to go right on top of it. And that is going to seal it off and blend everything together. And we are good to go. All right. So now we have the wood grain, the teal, and the clear, and the white. Now's where the heavy part comes in. Now the hard part comes together. And I need to make sure I have a long enough version here. I'm going to try and use something other than what's in front of me. All right, we're going to have to do it the hard way. That's okay. All right, so we're going to seal it up here. And we're going to start pushing it together, creating the spinner marble. The spiral. All right, so we got both ends hooked up. The next step is we're going to have to get it to about 3,800 degrees. And that's going to be hot. Here we go. Full flame. So this is as big as my flame gets. I'll give you a good guess about what would happen. I think you're smart enough to figure it out. At least I hope so. It's a question I wouldn't even imagine you would want to ask. I'm pretty sure you could figure it out. All right, so again, we got to get this whole thing molten. Right now, it's not quite at 3,800 degrees. It's sitting at about 3,000. Thank you, Wild Man. I appreciate it. All right, you can definitely see the hot spot. You can definitely tell where it's glowing. So just a fun fact, that middle section is about 3,400 degrees. The outer section is about 2,800. There's a big difference between the middle and the sides. All right, we're getting it together. She is looking pretty too. How do I know the temp? Because I've done this for 31 years. And I have a pretty good guess about it. I figured it out. And I know the melting temps. Okay, so we're really getting there now. Now you can definitely see that getting white hot. So the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to start pushing this together, getting it into a round orb. As I push it together, it will automatically start to give a natural swirl to it. If I tried to keep it very straight lines, it would be almost impossible. So I'm starting to push it together. As I push it together, it creates these little swirls happening. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's starting to swirl together. No, Mike Oxhard. No, I've heard of the name, I think, but I don't. I do not know them. Okay, let's push it together. You can see we're getting it built up here. Like that. It's like a giant ice cream cone right now. All right, so we got to start pushing this end over here together. I can use a little smaller flame so I can detail it in. Actually, I'm going to switch hands. I do not like that position. I want it to flow this direction. So we're going to push this section right here. We're going to start getting it into that round form and then pull off the little very end, the tip, and that is going to create a nice termination. As we start going through, kick on the little hot flame for a second. Put my foot pedal back. There we go. Pull it down. And we're starting to gather it up. Get a nice swirl at the very end. And so we're getting there. That's what a McDonald's ice cream cone should look like if they ever work, if the machines ever work. So like that. All right, let's get this end terminated really well. We're going to get it to a really nice pinpoint. Pull that little bit off. All right, we are getting there. So now we have all these little swirls going. Everything's terminated to the end. It's got a nice little button up there. Going to bring it out, and we're going to start getting this thing round on one end. So we're going to superheat it. I've got a minute to go ahead and chat now. What brown? Are you asking what brown did I use on it? Is that the question? And we're going to bring it out. And so I got to let this kind of collapse down. Yeah, the mods are super mods. We have the mod squad here. No, you actually don't need a lot of gas. The gas is, I don't go through a lot of gas. If you are in the chat right now, I will let you guess how many gallons of propane I use a day. In a 6 to 8 hour day, take a guess as to how many gallons of propane I use. Go ahead and type it in the chat, and then I will reveal the answer in just a minute. But I'll let you guess. This is a form of glass blowing, and it's called lamp working. We do both solid sculpture and glass blowing. So we can do both. We are multi-talented. Other people are, at least. Yeah, gallons. How many gallons of propane? So your standard barbecue tank is a 5-gallon tank. Give you an idea. Okay, we're going to bring it out here. It's starting to get into its position here. You can see it starting to collapse down. So the answer is about 1.5 gallons of propane a day. Not very much. Now the oxygen ratio is about a 10-to-1 ratio. Oxygen to propane. So that does consume quite a bit. Ever made a glass katana? Nope. I've made a glass dagger and a glass sword, but not a katana. I have not made a katana. All right, so we're going to start using the marble mold over here. Now this one's just a shaper mold. Doesn't that look awesome though when it's in there? Don't those colors look beautiful in there? I do have an oxygen generator, but currently I am on liquid oxygen. I am selling my concentrator. Why do I look like a pretzel? I gotta straighten out. I just noticed I was sitting here like this. I don't have to sit like that. It's the nice thing about having a screen. You kind of look at how you're sitting. All right, we're going to come over to the smaller mold, and we're going to start shaping this end out. Now, the trick on this is you don't put any pressure on here. Just let the weight of the glass carry all the shaping. You're not jamming it in there like you're angry at it. You're just kind of letting it do its thing. Oxygen mix is about a 10-to-1 ratio. 10 parts oxygen to 1 part propane. There we go. Oh, man, that looks good with the green background in there. God, I'm going to record that. Hold on. I'm going to hit record. That looks awesome. I'm going to create a short for that. All right, here we go. That looks amazing, right? Watch this. That looks good. All right, I'm going to stop. We're going to clip it here in a second. One more time. I'm just trying to get it nice and round here. Getting my hand nice and toasty there, though. Let's check underneath. We're looking good. All right, so let's clip. I've never used this clip feature. Dang it. Hold on one second. Okay, let's clip. Okay, one more time, and clip. Oh, that is so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I'll show you one more time. See how all the colors are coming together? Ooh, she's pretty. All right, so we got to punty this up, meaning I have to put an attachment rod to the other side. I'm hoping, God, I really need a specific size, and I don't see it. I don't have it. Okay, gotta do it the hard way. Okay, so we're going to bring it down. We're going to attach a little tiny holding rod right here. And then we're going to get this end super round. And here we go. Now, the one thing is you can have a situation where the holding rod up here is not stable up there and the marble can fall. The likelihood of that happening is very small, but it is a chance that it could happen. If it does, I promise you I am perfectly okay. I just have to pick the marble up, which sucks. Yeah, that part sucks. It's not a fun position to be in. So we got this drippy here. Look, that's about as fast as it drips. It's not very drippy. Now we got to give it a second. All right, we got it spiraling up here. We're going to bring it out, and we're going to give that other spiral a nice look to it. We're going to pull it off here. Bring it all down. And there we go. We're good. Okay, so we are now in this position here where we're going to have to get the other end nice and round. This is going to take a minute. Gonna take a second. What's up, L to the B in the house? How are you doing? L to the B's in the house. One of my favorite people on the planet. And we got the Mod Squad in here. We got Dragonfly. We got Red Squeak. The Mod Squad is amazing. I don't know where my live stream would be without the Mod Squad going. The Mod Squad. Yesterday's marble is actually right there. I'll show it to you in a little more detail, but that's it. It's beautiful too. Here, I'll move it a little bit so y'all can see a little bit more detail. See that little uranium streak to it? So that's the uranium streak, and then on the back, right there, there. So that's the back end. I'm definitely on YouTube. Yeah. TikTok has put me on a little bit of a timeout. I still have my account and everything, but they put me on a timeout. Can you believe that? After all I've done for them. But I got the agency working on it. It is a lot of glass on this tiny rod, right? Oh, I know, Melissa. I'm happy to have you here too. I'm just saying the Mod Squad keeps everything safe. Trust me, being a mod is so hard. All right, we're going to get this finalized right here. I'm going to try and get this spiral looking really good. And there we go. All right, so now we got to get this round. Got a nice little tipsy spiral right at the tip up there, and that's going to turn into a cool little spiral. And here we go. Yeah, I'm not sure, Red Squeak. They put me on a timeout, though. Tomorrow I'm able to go live again. They don't like me saying YouTube. But I said it goes both ways. I'm on YouTube and I say TikTok. I don't see the problem. But they're all upset about it. I don't know why, but I feel like a complete contortionist right now. This is where it'd be nice to have my desk up a little bit and I could stand. Standing would be definitely a lot better for this position. All right, let's start getting this thing around. Look how pretty that is in there, though. I love the way that looks. How much does the gas cost a month? I don't have to guess. I know my monthly cost. It's about $1,200. Yeah, my gas cost is between $1,000 and $1,200 a month. I know. Well, I've been on TikTok a long time, and I've had my account attacked several different ways to Sunday. And this last one, they're like really upset because I say YouTube. But again, I'm on YouTube saying TikTok, so it can go both ways. I just don't see the problem. I never say, hey, if you're on TikTok, join me on YouTube. You choose a platform that you're happy with and you just go that way, right? All right, so we're almost done with it. This is actually almost done. I have gone no problems with it. I am so surprised right now. We haven't had one single issue. Knock on wood, right? All right, so we're almost there. I got one little gap in here I'm trying to work out. And I think we're pretty close to done. So there's like a crease in there, like a canyon running in between two colors. So I'm trying to work that out. And I might actually have to use the Boro 20 Mule Team Borax Laundry Soap. I think I got a little bit of a divot in here. I'm going to have to fume it out. All right, we're going to go to the smaller mold. This is what makes it completely round. Like that. Yeah, we are round. It looks good. We're going to let it cool off a little. You'll see the swirls starting to come in. What do y'all think? In Budweiser, what's happening? Okay, that is right at the 3-inch mark. So this one is exactly 3 inches. The working temp is right around 3,800 degrees right now. Between 28 and 3,800 Fahrenheit. And right now, just kind of working out a little bit of a divot. We're almost done. I'm like 5 minutes or less away now. We're almost done with it. How you detach it from the rod is one of the cool parts, though. Yeah, 3 inches is pretty big. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that technically a marble? Is 3 inches a marble? Or would it be like a paperweight, globe size? I don't know what to call it. I don't know if I should call it a marble or a globe. Because I don't know. A 3-inch seems like it wouldn't be a marble. Okay. Really? Okay, this will work. There we go. All right, so we got to put a little punty here. Yeah, I was thinking orb sounds a little better. Okay, so we're going to come through here. We're going to put a little attachment here. So I have to get some borax laundry soap out. And we got to do what's called a little fuming on it because it got a little devitrification on here. So that's a little punty right there. And it created a little divot up here. So we got to fume laundry soap on it. Can you believe that? Okay, that was dumb. There's a good chance this might fall. It feels a little fragile up here, the attachment. I'm going to actually scoot back a little. Probably wondering why I'm looking underneath it instead of turning it. I don't want to put too much friction on the attachment here. I don't want to bend it as little as possible. Crap. Yeah, it definitely needs a borax. Ah. Well, I spoke too soon. Had a little bit of a problem. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to be off screen for just a second. Nothing wrong, but I got to multitask real quick. And if I were borax, I would be right there. Okay, so in this dish is borax laundry soap right there. Now, borax laundry soap is one of the key components, or borax is one of the key components for this type of glass. And sometimes the glass loses its consistency. And borax will reconstitute the glass into a different, back to its original state. So I'm going to superheat this. We're going to pick up that borax. right there, and we're going to start fuming that borax onto the marble itself. And it's going to reinvigorate the glass. It means it's going to bring the color and basically the consistency back to normal, because we're re-adding borax or boron into the glass itself. This is an old school trick from way back in the day. There we go. I think that did it. I'm going to give it a quick buzz just to check it. One hot spot right there. Just one spot. One left. I can do this. It's got one little tiny dingleberry. One dingleberry spot. And there we go. We're good. At least it doesn't stink. All right, let's go. We got this looking good. All right, I'm going to try and bring it up without it falling, but there's a problem. You can have it. And there. So now you can see that spiral running around. I can't bring it over there because if it falls on the table over there, it's going to melt my cables. But you can see the color. Okay, last part, my favorite tool on the planet made by Dragonfly Creation. So Dragonfly Creation on here, Dragonfly, one of my mods, makes these tools. And if you are a glass blower and you do not have this tool, you're missing out. You are absolutely missing out. And there we go. Man, that barely fits. So this is how you remove it from the stick. Just like that. Then you smooth out that bump and let it cool for a second. And there's the marble. I'm going to bring it over here, let it sit for a second, and use another tool to get it into the kiln. This is not made by Dragonfly because this is my salad tong funkiness. And we're going to grip that and pop it in. Ta-da! All done. All right, let me park this off to the side. Okay, that was heavy as heck. It's been a minute since I've had that. When you see me have this shield on, you know it's hot. Ooh, I cracked it too. Oh, I cracked it. That's how hot it got. I don't know if y'all will see that. Let me bring it down here. Can you see the, let me bring it, that crack right there by my chin? The heat cracked it. There you go. Can you see those two cracks? That's from the heat. Wow. That sucks. Oh well. Cost of doing business, right? So this is the marble from yesterday. There is the back end. And there is the uranium part. And then this is the top. So this has the crushed opals in it. I'm going to shine the little flashlight on it. Hopefully you get a little glimpse. Turn this down for a second. I don't know if you can see that shimmer from those opals in there. But they are definitely popping. And see all those little shiny stuff in there? That's the opals. running through it. There's the back end with that color we had. So it is a cool looking marble. There's the side. And then when we want to hit it with an intense black light, we just go that way. And it turns into the complete Hulk. So there is the Hulk version of it. So there and there. Okay, let's do a smaller marble. A little bit smaller. Let's go funky. You guys want to do some funky? Who wants to do funky tonight? Jared, Nathan Comedy, thank you. Do I make customs? Sometimes, yes. If it's in my wheelhouse, absolutely. And what I mean by my wheelhouse is if it's something that I'm comfortable making, I don't mind doing customs for colors or stuff like that. But if you want me to want me to make a sea turtle riding a camel with a rabbit on its back carrying a water piece, I probably wouldn't be able to do that. You guys want to go funky? Let's go funky. Sorry, I got to get something to drink. Hold on. Took it out a little bit. All right, let's go some funky. Let's make funky. We won't make it so big either. We're going to do some foldovers, some spirals, all that fun stuff. But yes, definitely can make some customs. Bring it down a little. There, that's a little mellow. All right, let's turn this into awesome. Let's have a good time. That's a little short. We're going to grab this. We'll do some precious metals, vaporizing. I'm so happy you were in here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I enjoy talking with everybody. You make my night a heck of a lot better. And my day. I'm feeling really good tonight. I'm happy. I do have a website. So the new website is thefieryguy.com. Thefieryguy.com. Yeah, we're definitely going funky town. What's up, BDH? We got Beau, we got Callie, and I think we got Eric. Everybody's in the house. All right, let's attach this up. Oh no, that looks bad. All right, so one of the things that happens on here, remember when I had this holding rod on and it cracked and I sealed it back up? One of the things that happens in here is you can see those little speckles right by the hot spot, right below it. There's a few little speckles. Those speckles are where the crack ended up getting sealed and it trapped air. So if I start off with all that in there, it's going to be bad in the beginning. A bouncing toy like those metal barbell guys do with glass? I would have to take a look at what you're referring to on that, but I'm up for challenges that are fun. Absolutely. We're going to make a funky marble. I don't know what kind of funk we're going to do with it, but we're definitely doing some funk. Big ERV, I love sharing it. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for making the comment. Big ERV, big shout out for Big ERV. Everybody give a big thank you to Big ERV, please. How much do the glass bars cost? The clear ones are not bad. They're not bad at all. They're like $3 to $4 a pound. Now the colored glass is where you spend a ton of money. It can range anywhere from $35 to $150 a pound. That's where it gets expensive. Happy New Year's to all of you, too. It's not quite there yet, but yeah. Oh, don't even get me started on autocorrect. Being dyslexic, and I think my autocorrect is dyslexic, too. I swear it is. I swear my autocorrect is dyslexic. All right, so we're going to start off with a little bit of a little nubule of glass. We're going to build it up. Irvin, thank you. Thank you, Irvin. How much for the uranium glass? Uranium glass is $150 a pound. Can you believe that? $150 a pound for uranium. All right, so we're going to separate this here. I'm going to show you a little funky trick here. We're not going to make it permanent, but I'm going to show you how you do a little mushroom in a marble. This is an old style. But have you ever seen the little mushrooms in a marble? This is not the best way to do it, but it's one of the methods. And we're not going to keep the mushroom in it, but I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, so we start off with a little bit of a tiny little ball here. Okay. We're going to take this color, this little stringer here. I'm going to make a little bit of a nobule at the end. Okay. A little ball. Okay, just a little one. We're making a little ball here. Okay, so we got a tiny little ball at the end of this skinny rod. So the next step is I'm going to heat up half of this marble, this section here, only the bottom half. I'm going to try and keep this top half semi-cold. Okay, we're going to bring the flame down just a touch. And we're just going to heat the bottom. Why don't I keep the mushroom? Because I don't know how it's honestly going to look. I've been a while since I've made these, so it could be kind of ugly. If it looks good, maybe we'll keep it. If not, we're going to melt it. But I'm just showing the basic concept behind it. Back in the day, about 1998, or no, 1998, 1999, if you knew how to do this, you could charge literally $5,000 to show someone how to make this, what I'm about to do. It was like a huge secret. All right, so you can see here, I just got the back half all heated up, super hot. We're going to heat just the very tip of this little ball here, not much of it, just a little bit. Just warm it up. And we're going to take it and we're going to push it straight in. And what ends up happening is, as I'm pushing that glass in there and it's heating up, it's mushrooming that ball out. It's making it kind of mushroom out. And when that happens, it just flares it out. So the hot glass, the molten glass inside is heating the ball up to a point where it wants to flatten out itself too. So I'm going to try and bring this over. I don't know if y'all can see the little mushroom in there. Right there. So it created a tiny little mushroom in there. So that is kind of the little mushroom trick there. Now, the problem I always have is I trapped a lot of air. So it went in and pushed the mushroom out, but that little rod that goes into it, there's still air around it. I'm going to try and close it off a little. This is the part I always have a hard time with because I don't make a lot of these. If I spent a couple hours just making these, I could probably get pretty fast and good at them. But I really don't want to. All right, so we're sealing it off now. I didn't get that in there very straight either. That's okay, it's a mushroom. Okay, I think it's actually not bad. I don't know if y'all can see that little mushroom in there now. It's super hot right now, but there it is. Let's see if I can shine a light on it. That'll help. I just blinded myself. There's the mushroom right inside there. So you can kind of see it popping in there. It's kind of like that brown caramel color. So we'll put a little, I'll put a little punty on it. We'll put a hoop on it. And I'll probably throw it into one of the grab bags. We'll put a cool little loop on it. And we'll pop it into a grab bag. I don't have any short rods. Are you serious? Okay. I'm going to have to make one. So anyway, that is the little mushroom and a marble trick. And back in the day, people charged a lot of money to teach that. Okay, so I'm going to pop a little punty on there. And we'll put a neat little hook on it. I'm going to try and bring it down just a little bit though. I want to make it a little more round. Yeah, I'm going to make it a little pendant. But I want to round it off a little bit right now. So we're going to pull a little bit off the top here. Tiny bit more. And there we go. All right, let's get this mellowed out. And then we'll make funky marble. I don't know what made me want to do a mushroom. Yeah. It's going to be hard to see, I think, while it's not hot. Let's see if I can get the flashlight back on it. And there's a little mushroom in there. Little baby mushroom. I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but that's as close as I can get to it. Let's make a cool little hook for it, make it into a pendant, and then make a funky marble. Let's make a matching hook for it. No, we're going to do a cool hook for it. We're going to use a little teal. We're going to back it with some caramel on the sides and make it very earthy. We're going to make it an earth tone. We're going to make it earthy tones. Let's bring this down. We're going to flatten this out a little bit. So we created just a little tiny flat spot here. We're going to take that same caramel color of butterscotch and we're going to edge it on the outside. Like that. So now I basically surrounded it with this caramel color. We're going to take it, pull it out, and turn it into a hook or a veil or pendant for the pendant. I like this style hook. I think it looks really kind of cool. Okay, we got it heated up. It's nice and flat now. We're going to take it and just loop it like that. And then burn it off. So this is the shape we have so far. I'll bring it near my head. This is the beginning of it. And we're going to close it off. Smash it. Like that. So we just made a little bit of a smash right there. Bring it all together. I'm going to use a little carbon reamer and open it up, get it round. We've got to make another funky, no, I can use this. That'll be fine. So we're going to do what's called a cold tap. We're going to tap it on there. Not fuse it, just tap it. It's like sticky. We're going to burn this off. There we go. Then I'm going to meld it in, get it into a little ball shape, and then we can attach it to that mushroom pendant. And it should look pretty awesome when it's all done. Okay, now you can see we got a little bit of a little hook there where it'll attach. It'll have a loop. Should be big enough to attach to any pendant that you could possibly want. Now I just have to line it up appropriately and see if we got it looking good. Actually, I want it right there. Right there. Then we wiggle it off, boom, like that. Yeah, I could live with that. I just have to straighten it out real quick. It's a little bit crooked. Let's burn off the bottom, and then I'll show it to you. Just smoothing it out. Give me 30 seconds to a minute, and I'll show you with a light what it looks like. Don't swipe away just yet. There we go. All right, we're going to try and add the light here. And now you can see that mushroom hanging in there. So there's the mushroom in the pendant. Can you all see that mushroom in there? I don't know if you can. Type 1 in the chat if you can see the mushroom, please. I don't know if it's showing up. I don't know if it shows up any good or not good. I don't know. But it's definitely in there. What's up? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for typing one in the chat. I don't know if you guys can see things like I see it. And that's the hard part. So who wants to see my self-portrait? Have you guys seen my self-portrait? I did a self-portrait of myself. And if you want to see the self-portrait, type 2 in the chat. So just type 2 if you want to see my self-portrait. Okay. I'm going to grab something to drink real quick while I'm waiting for the chat. But I did a self-portrait of myself. Hold on one second. Go ahead and type 2 in the chat if you want to see self-portrait and the dragon dagger. Oh, good. We got a couple takers on here. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we're going to do the self-portrait, okay? So now bear in mind, the self-portrait, this is a younger version of me. So it's not, you might have a hard time seeing the exact replication of me, but there's some features you'll understand. And I think you'll definitely recognize some features of it. So this is me when I was very young. It's a nice self-portrait. And here we go. So this is me when I was very young. You can see that. You can see the hair matches. That's me when I was very, very young. Like that. I was super fast, had a good sense of direction. And yeah, that's me when I was really young. Yeah, I think it was neat. That's right. I was pretty fast back then. Anyway, that's my sense of wicked humor. I'm sorry if it messed with you a little bit, but hey. I'm sorry if it messes with you. That's part of me. That's me. That's just kind of me. All right, let's pull this little bit off here. But I will show you the dragon dagger. If you have not seen it before, this is one of my favorite pieces. There's no comedy to it. It actually is kind of cool. We're going to do another one in the beginning of the year here. I don't know the exact date, but this is the dragon dagger. And I'm going to be making a new version of this. And we're going to change it up a little. We're going to add wings off to the side instead of these claws. And then I want to do a dragon spine on the back. So I want to have a little dragon spine on the back and wings coming off here. And that'll be the new design. But this one's kind of neat because there's a shiny side to it and then a matte side. So you could have it hang on either section if you wanted it shiny or matte. And there. It's about 19 inches top to bottom, and the blade is super nice. Yeah, we're going to be adding wings to it. I'm going to do it after the first of the year. But yeah, I want to do wings off to the side. So we're going to incorporate wings and a dragon spine. And I'm thinking about adding uranium. I think some uranium would be cool in it. I think a uranium accent in there. I haven't even ever priced it to sell because it's really not something that I just kind of, I wouldn't really want to sell it. It's just kind of my thing. All right, let's make a funky marble. Let's make some marbles here. And we're going to start off with a little bit of clear and get it going. So we're going to start off with a big chunk of clear, and we're going to definitely use the teal in there. I definitely like that teal. It looks good. No, it's not an actual cutting torch. It's similar in some ways, but this torch acts a little different. So this is what's called a surface mix. Have a good night, Melissa. Thank you. So a surface mix torch means the gases are mixing as they exit the front of the ports up here. So there's like a port within a port within a port, and then they converge into the flame. Versus like a cutting torch, the gases are mixing inside the torch, the chamber itself. So this has a little different flame chemistry, which means that like on a cutting torch, back here is very hot. This one, the hot spot's up here. And the reason it's hot up there versus here is this is where the gases are fully mixed. Right here, they're not quite mixed all together. Up here, they completely are. Have you ever made your own glass using raw silicates? No, I haven't made completely raw glass like that. But I did invent the glow-in-the-dark glass that's called borosilicate glow-in-the-dark glass called BoroGlow. So I invented the original glow-in-the-dark borosilicate glass. Borosilicate is commonly referred to as Pyrex. That is my creation. So that is my contribution to the glass community. Oh, I thought you were taking off, Melissa. No, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. All right, so let's get this thing rocking. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how my glasses interact with things. So my glasses have what's called a didymium filter on it, and then there is a welding shade number 3 also laminated on it. Except this one is a welding shade number 5. This is not a 3, this is an actual 5. So it's a little darker. And I'm going to show you how the glasses interact with the flame. Okay, so we're going to bring this down a little. Like this. I'm going to park this off to the side before I break it. So this is just the raw didymium glass. Okay, see how my hair and everything turns purple blue? Now, when I'm in front of the flame, notice how bright it is. If I didn't have these glasses on, it would be hard to see. But here we go. There, you can see it filtering out. When I use a smaller flame, now the flame just literally goes invisible. Sorry. Didn't mean to grunt there. Okay, so now you can see you can barely see the flame itself versus that. So that's how I can see what's going on. Callie, have a good night. Thank you for hanging with me. I appreciate it, Callie. All right, so yeah, definitely you can see the difference and all that. Okay, so we got a little bobble of clear here. We're going to add some other colors on here. We're going to use that sandy tone color here. It's like a sand color. We're going to add it in. I don't know what kind of funky we're going to do, but we're going to make funky. Yeah, we're going to make a funky marble. I'm going to definitely throw some funky to it. Oh, I know what the heck I'm going to add. Oh boy, are you all in for a treat tonight. Do you want to see something that you've never seen before on here? Do y'all want to, if you got time, I will bring it out and make it. But I promise you, what I'm about to do tonight, if you guys want to hang with me for about 15 to 20 minutes, I will make something I promise you have never, ever, ever seen before. Ever. You will never have seen it before. I haven't even made it on live stream before, ever. Okay, we're looking good. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so we're going to separate this real quick. I'm going to get it to mellow out. So tonight we're going to make something never done before on live stream. Promise you. No other glass person has ever done this on live. And it's going to be amazing. At least I think it's cool, but I have very rarely made a lot of these. Okay, so we're going to let this mellow out for a second, and then I'm going to go grab the material I need. I just got to let this cool off for a second. If I put it in the kiln right away, it'll flatten and stick to the bottom of my kiln, and I don't want that. Yeah, about 3,000 in equipment. And so like one of the pieces that I think you could get away with buying used is the kiln itself, the oven or the kiln. I would recommend trying to find that used because they're hard to break. I would never buy a torch used unless you know the person selling the torch and the history behind it, because torches can be really jacked up if someone doesn't know what they're doing. All right, let me grab it. Here we go. No, not Prince Rupert's drop. This is better than a Rupert's drop. Luckily, I still have my my microphone attached so y'all can hear me. We're digging through some, this is the classified section. Y'all don't get to see this hardly. Oop, don't want to break that. Nope, not there. Not there. Oh boy, I hope I have it right here. Oh yes, we do. Okay, so this is my little stash of amazing. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. That helps me a lot. This is a super stash. Ooh. It's a bunch of scrap dichroic. My little precious here. I'm joking, by the way. Big Irvin, thank you so. Happy New Year's to you too. All right, so what this is? Okay, that's silicon or silicon. These are computer chips from they're old computer chips. And this is another version of them right there. They're wafers, silicon wafers from the computer industry. These are old ones from way back in the day, not very useful. I'm going to cut some of these computer chips and we're going to encase it in the marbles. We're going to slice it and cut it in there. I'm trying to see which one I want to use here. I think we'll do a bigger one. All right, let's see if I can do this. It's been a while since I've cut these too. There we go. So there is a little half of it. There's two of them right there. I'm going to slice it down into one. There we go. All right. So we're going to take that and we're going to put it inside the glass, okay? And once we got it inside the glass, all those little pathways for the computer, the chip in there, are going to get magnified. So when you see it, all the little pathways are going to get magnified. I'm going to trim this a little bit. I probably shouldn't do this, but perfect. All right, it sliced it perfectly in half. So there's two little wafers in there, two. So let's go ahead and grab a little bit of clear, and we're going to start encasing that. And once we start getting a lot of clear around it, it will magnify all the little pathways. It's a really cool looking thing when it gets done. So let's go ahead and start. We'll encase one first. So silicon wafers actually can be fully encased in glass. I know it looks good for a robot eye, and it's just something different. But it's really cool when you do it right, and you can see all those little micro pathways in there. It just looks cool. All right, we're going to attach this here, and let's get it bulked up, and we're going to bring one of these wafers up. And then we're going to fully encase it. But I've never done this on live before, just because I never had a reason to. But we're definitely going to do it now. We're definitely going to do it now. And I guess I would like to ask the chat, can you guys hear the torch at all? I want to keep a little bit of the torch sound in the background, but I don't want it like raging on you all. So like a little background noise. I'm hoping you all can hear a little bit of it, but not like fully. Which one are you talking about, Red Squeak? The computer chip ones? Maybe. Yeah, we can definitely do that. Faint? Okay. Yeah, I don't want it being raging loud. I just like a little background noise. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this down. We're going to pick the first one up. So we got the first one kind of floating in there. It's hard to see right now, but it is in there. And now we're going to take some clear and go right on top of that. And, oh, no, not that one. Almost did a boo-boo there. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to go ahead and encase that all the way in there. Trap it in. I'm going to try and make sure there's as little air as possible. And we're looking good. Like the one I'm doing now? Okay, Red Squeak, you got it. You know what? We're going to go totally tech on this. Total tech. We're going to put uranium on it. So we're going to go a little bit of computer chip, some uranium. We're going to go a little wild. Where's my visor? I've been looking for my visor. I do need a visor because I have the the Insta360 Ultra Go, and I need to do that. I used to have a visor. Someone stole my damn visor. I need a visor fund. I need to buy another visor. Is the wafer boro? The wafer is silicone. Silicon. Not silicone. Silicon. Silicon wafer. Just like a wafer. All right, there we go. It's silent if I'm not talking. Yeah, I should probably do some adjustments on the... Right now I use a program called NVIDIA Broadcast, and it kind of filters out a lot of the noise, but I don't want it filtering everything out. Okay, while I'm doing this, I will use the filter so y'all can see what I see at the moment, because it's just kind of What kind of visor? I don't remember what kind of visor it was. It was golfing visor. Everybody thought it was fake because my hair went through it, and they thought it was one of those fake visors with the hair in it. I was like, no, it's the real deal. But anyway, I got an Instago 360 Ultra, and I want to strap it to the visor and be able to do a POV from my point of view with the Instago, so I need the visor to be able to lock it on there. Anyway, there's my filter. That's what I see. Like that. All right, so we got that little chip is in there now. You can see it's just a little wafer in there, slice of the wafer. And it is fully, man, this stuff is so shiny looking. Yeah, like a tennis visor, exactly. All right, we're going to grab some, no, I'm going to use this color. This is that really, is this it? Nope, we're using this. We're going to go smoky quartz on the back. And this is going to make that silicone look really good. I got to make sure it's right, though. Okay. We're going to encase it in the back end. No leaded glass. No lead glass. Any particular color? No. Well, black. I always wear black. Someone asked me the other day, they're like, how can you wear the same shirt and the same sweater and the same color? I'm like, because it's like my uniform. But in reality is, I buy the same shirt. I have like 20 of the same shirts, 20 of the same sweaters, because I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about what I have to wear. I just kind of want to put it on and go. Have I had a spoon? What do you mean a spoon? I have a spoon. You want to see my spoon? I have a spoon. Spoon. It's like one of my favorite tools. All right, let's throw some uranium on here. I got to grab uranium. So this is the uranium glass. We're going to pop it in. No, these are my darker glasses. So I was doing a gigantic marble earlier, and it had some bright colors to it. So this is my didymium glasses with shade 5. So normally my normal glasses have shade 3, but these are shade 5 because I needed the darker one for tonight. So these are my shade 5 versions. So I definitely needed a little bit of some help on that. So I busted out the old version of my glasses. I probably should sell some of these off. I sold a bunch off earlier this year, but I have like 20 pair of Ditidium glasses. I don't need 20 of them. Okay, so we got the uranium here. We're going to take the other silicon wafer, the computer chip or CPU chip, whatever you want to call it, processor, and we're going to melt it in there. So if you're just joining us, I've taken a bunch of these old processors, and I got a bunch of them. They're like little silicon processors, silicon wafers that are no longer useful. And I'm going to encase them in the glass, and it's going to magnify all the little paths in there. And so we're going to go ahead and encase those and then magnify it so it looks really kind of cool. All right, so we're going to grab the first one, and here, we're going to pop it on there, pick it up, and it's now that little tiny slice right there. And we're going to grab it and encase it with some clear. So we got uranium, we got some smoky quartz, we got silicon wafers. I don't know what else we can throw at it, but we're definitely doing funky tonight. I told you we'll do funky. Now, this definitely isn't leaded, it's uranium. Silicon doodles? I have not heard of silicon doodles. What the heck is a silicon doodle? I have not seen Avatar 3. No. I haven't had time to see much of anything. I'm trying to do 5 different things in my life right now, and it's been a little bit of a adventure. I'm trying to learn how to use editing software. And for someone that's 55 years old, that has been a real adventure. I am not good with the editing software, but I'm trying to get good with it so I can make really good content for all of you and see some really cool stuff. But it's really difficult for me. I need a tutor. I need to hire someone to show me how to do editing, and then I would be better. All right, so we got the 2 little wafers in here. We're going to melt this back down into a marble size, and we're going to figure out what the heck to do with it. We're going to definitely turn it into a funky, funky, funky marble. So right now, yeah, we have 2 silicon wafers in here. Like that. All right, let's get this. I got to get this gap filled in real quick, and then we'll start making this into a cool marble. What do y'all say? I'm trying to learn. So I don't even know where to begin. Someone just started to show me DaVinci Resolve, and then another person said Final Cut Pro. So DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, because I'm trying to get away from like CapCut. I don't want to use CapCut. And that's all. I'm trying to get away from CapCut. All right, so we're melting all this in. Let's get this into a round shape and create some funky. Yeah, we're going to make some funky marble here. I don't know what we're going to do with it. Well, we'll do an audience participation tonight. So you all are going to help direct what this is going to be. I'm going to have all of you help me figure this out tonight. Y'all are going to participate in making the marble. Sound good? We'll do some voting. Put a Monopoly piece in it. The Monopoly piece would melt. Yeah, unfortunately, that would be really cool. Anybody want to guess what Monopoly piece was my favorite? You'll never guess it. I mean, there's only so many choices, but I have a favorite Monopoly piece, and I loved it. I don't think Cat's Eye would work. I don't know if that would work. Yeah, not so sure about a Cat's Eye. The car, the shoe, the dog, the boat, the car, the shoe, the dog. Kurganelli, I probably said that wrong. Got it right. The iron. Yeah, the iron was my favorite. I have no idea why. I love the iron. Okay, this is really interesting. So what happened here, we encased the little silicon wafer, and it was very low on here, but it has pushed its way to the top. It has actually pushed its way to the top a little bit. So that little chip right there is the silicon wafer. And then we got one on the other side, but it moved itself up. Oddly enough on that. All right, so I'm going to see if I can bring it out and y'all can see it in there. Oh, come on. It's really hard to see. Oh, there it is. See that little bright spot in there? That is the silicon wafer. See how shiny it is? It gets really shiny when it cools off. It looks actually pretty amazing when it's in there. Yeah, both sides look good. We can throw some opals in here. Should we throw some opals in here? I have used real gems a little bit. I have used some real gem. Mostly the best gem I've ever used, I don't know if it's a gem, but I used a meteorite called Tektite? Tektite. Tektite I've used. All right, let's grab some little opals in here. Let's throw some opals in it. Okay, this contains my opals right in there. Little crushed opals. We're going to throw everything at this. We're going to throw all kinds of stuff at this. It's going to be a mishmash of craziness. A little bit of a little bit of crazy here. A little bit of crazy train. Moldavite, yes, I love Moldavite. Actually, Moldavite's kind of fun. I have melted obsidian and tiger's eye. Was it tiger's eye? Yeah. I have melted that. Goldstone, not tigerite. Goldstone. I do not have uranium frit. I sold all my uranium frit. I got rid of it. Yeah, we are making some marbles. You lost yours? I happen to have a little bit of marbles here. So right now we picked up a little bit of opal at the end of this rod, and we're going to incorporate it in. You know what? I'm going to throw a little bit of opal around it. I don't want it covering that chip up. So we're going to take some opals and just toss them around the sides here. There we go. So we're going to add some opals to the side and then spiral it out. So I definitely want to encase that. Each one pretty heavy here. That one doesn't quite have enough in it. All right, so we're going to go through and we're going to add a lot of extra opals in here. And here we go. We're going to add some clear. We're going to spiral this around and create this little opal menagerie in here. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with chemical makeup of a lot of rocks. Real gold fume? Yeah, we could definitely do some gold fume on this. We'll do it on the other side, maybe. So this marble is going to be, it'll be like Two-Face out of the Batman series. We'll call it Two-Face. It'll have two different sides to it. It'll be Two-Face, the villain. What do y'all think? Should we call it Two-Face, the villain? Have two different, completely different sides. What's up from Dallas, Texas? How you doing? All right, so right now we're mixing the opals in here, the tiny little opal bits. Just kind of blending it in, and it'll be sitting right on the side of that little processor right there. I don't know what kind of chip it is, to be honest. Control without it breaking? Or you mean like, are you talking about the crackle glass? Yes, you can do crackle glass. Crackle glass is very simple. You just take a super piece of hot glass, dip it in water, crack it, and then take a flame and flame polish around it. It's not that difficult. All right, I just need to get these opals mixed up a little more. It's not quite mixed. There we go. So I want these little opal sparkles running right around where the processor is, but not impeding it at all. Okay, we got it done. Let's go ahead and add a bunch of clear on here and get it magnified, get everything magnified. I will definitely show the final results. Yeah, I'll post it. So like this is the final result from the one from yesterday. This is the uranium and opal piece here. While I'm melting this, I'll kind of show you what you can kind of see those opals glancing through there. All those little sparkles in there are the crushed opals. Maybe get it from the side. There we go. So a bunch of little crushed opals in there, and then we turn it to the black light, and you got pure uranium. All right, let's make this marble. We're going to grow it up, make it a little bigger. Good night, Jax. Eccentric Clone, how are you? Your leaf looks amazing, by the way. The one we did for the replacement looks awesome. David, thank you for the jewels. I mean, it looks really cool, to be honest. Even Stephanie saw it and went, wow. Okay, let's do You know what that's from? That's my tank creating a different pressure. That was a little freaky. I cracked my glass though now. Now I got to take it off and restart it. So that's the problem on a liquid tank. They build up pressure and then you deplete it. The pressures are hard to maintain even with a regulator. Yeah, I love uranium glass. I think it's amazing. I have a ton of it. I love working with it. It's like one of my favorite materials to work with. All right, let's get some clear on here and magnify the hell out of it. So if you are just joining us, I took a little chip, silicon wafer chip, like for a computer or a processor, and I've encased two little processor chips in here into this glass marble. Now the beauty of it is, as I start to make this marble, that little processor, all the little paths in there that you see, will be magnified in here. So you should be able to see all the little paths from a processor running through. And it's going to be pretty awesome when it gets done. Now, I've never seen anybody else on YouTube or anywhere show this stuff. Karen, thank you for the jewels. New Year's Eve, thank you so much. Yeah, borosilicate is definitely hot. Quartz is definitely way hotter. So if you've ever worked with quartz or know anybody that has worked with quartz glass, that stuff is the hot stuff. Okay, so here we go. Should have enough clear on here. We're going to turn half of this marble into its shape. And then we're going to take the other side and create some funkiness to it. We'll do some gold fume. We'll put some gold on here. And then we'll encase the gold, create some sparkles. It's going to look awesome. This is going to be the two-face marble. So basically we're taking the name, we're stealing the name off of the Batman series with Two-Face. Thank you, Colleen. Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year to all of you too. Y'all are making my night fantastic. I was thinking of doing a New Year's stream. If I did a stream on New Year's, would you guys tune in? Crystal quartz, no. The quartz crystals would not encase. Oddly enough, the one thing that would be really easy to fuse in here, but super expensive, is diamond. Diamond will actually completely work with this. Ooh, she's looking good. Oh, I don't have the right mold here. Uh-oh. I need a different mold. We're going to put it front and center so y'all can watch this happen in real time. Yeah, I was thinking of doing a New Year's Eve stream. Might be kind of fun. And then keep an eye out on my community notes section, because I am finalizing my permanent schedule on YouTube. So I will have nightly and daytime schedule where you guarantee I will be on to catch the stream. We always have replays going on, but this will be for sure the live stream schedule. I'm finalizing it now. I have a lot of lofty stuff I want to do this year. You know, I want to do some type of 24-hour stream and do it for charity, like cancer, cancer research, because I've had a lot of family members have cancer. So I don't know if I could do a full 24-hour stream though, but I sure as heck would give it a shot. But I think I can. I think I could do a 24-hour stream. All right, so we got the silicone wafer way deep inside there. We got some crushed opals running around. Right now it's just super hot, so it's hard to define anything, but that is a silicone wafer in there. And I have one on the other side with some uranium glass, and we're going to encase that one as well. Your dad has major skin cancer? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've had enough people in my life that have had it, and I'd love to raise some awareness. I mean, everybody knows that cancer exists, but if we could do something, kind of raise some funds for it. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do a lot because I'm a small content creator. Yeah, I love St. Jude. I would absolutely dig doing St. Jude. 1000%. That's actually a good idea. Michael, that's a great idea. I would be 100% into St. Jude. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Maybe we'll do that. 24-hour stream for St. Jude. Cancer survivor in remission? Well, I'm happy to hear that you are in remission. That makes me happy. But man, that would be a tough stream, 24 hours. But I think I could do it. Just get plenty of rest from like a day before. I don't know if I'd have enough kiln space to be able to fill everything up, though. That would be hard. I'd have to bounce between 2 kilns. I'm so sorry to hear about that, Bea. Yeah, like I said, it's affected so many people. Stephanie had cancer. My father had cancer. My mom had cancer. And everybody wonders why I wear sunblock when I'm working in this all day. I'm wearing sunblock right now. That's one of the reasons. Okay, so right now we're working on the other side of the two-face marble. So this has the other silicon wafer on the other side. And we're going to do some gold fuming on this as its accent. I need an extra. I would probably have to have someone. I would have to have 2 or 3 people to hang with me for the full 24 hours. Make sure I didn't have a problem. I would have to have someone here with me. Multiple people to stay with me. Like during the stream. Because, I mean, I wouldn't be able to go 24 hours without having to use the restroom, you know? Yeah, I always wear sunscreen. Always. And I finally found a sunscreen that doesn't burn your eyes when it drips in. So. All right, here we go. So we're going to add a little bit more of this clear in here. Then we're going to do gold fuming. I hope I have a gold. Yeah, I don't know if I have enough on here. We're going to find out, though. So if you've never seen gold fuming happen before, gold fuming is a process where we take pure gold and we vaporize it in the flame. And the flame acts like a conduit and carries the gold vapors to the glass object up in the front. So right now we're going to take this, this marble. We're going to add a little gold. The gold is going to vaporize from the tip of the flame, carry through the flame up to the marble up here. And it will basically gold plate the marble. And then we're going to take little parts of it and trap it. Definitely have to schedule breaks, but I want to go 24 hours. I love St. Jude. I think it's a great, fantastic organization. You know, I like the idea of doing St. Jude. That I could definitely get into doing that. You can't wear sunscreen? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I only have one that I found that works really good. Okay, I need to grab a quick drink real quick. I'm not going anywhere, but I just need a quick drink. Hold on. Drying out. Oh my God, my throat's drying out. We're doing a big old marble. So the marble contains 2 silicon wafers in it that I cut up. So, you know how you can see all the like little paths from a computer chip? You definitely see them in there. Yeah, we're working on a funky marble. Right now we're going to add gold to it though. All right, so see that little rectangular piece in there? That is the silicon wafer. I didn't get it so centered in there though. I'm really not happy about that, but anyway, that's the silicon wafer in there. And when it cools off, you'll see little paths of like the little electrical paths in there. The sunscreen I use is called Ella, E-L-L-A-N-D, Ella MD. And it's the only sunblock I found that doesn't sting my eyes when it sweats and gets in. Okay, here we go. So we're going to take some gold, and I hope I have enough on here, and we're going to vaporize it. I think I see the gold right there. Ah, you bastard. It didn't hit the gold, though. Gold is still on here. I see it. All right, so check it out. All clear, right? Watch this. So we're going to actually gold plate this top of the marble. This is going to be amazing. Watch this. Hold my Mountain Dew. So now, look at that gold. So that is literally gold plated on there. I'm going to show you with a flashlight just so you can see it. It looks amazing. And here we go. And there's the gold. Can you all see the gold shimmer to it? So that is pure gold vaporized on there. Now we're going to trap it. It's going to create a pinky purple color with it. Not much gas, to be honest. I had someone send me a nasty gram about how much gas I use, and of course I had to retort appropriately, but yeah. All right, here we go. We're going to, everywhere I put a dot now, the gold is going to stay. Everywhere there's not a dot, it's going to disappear. So we're going to add it in here. Yeah, what a lot of people don't realize is I do a tremendous amount of recycling. And I consume very little gas. And even when I'm using the oxygen generator, it is, not pulling anything from anywhere else. Okay, so we got a couple dots there. We're going to go around another section here. Well, I am a huge fan of trying to take care of kids. I don't like, I will defend kids any day. I have a very special place in my heart for it. I know it sounds, mushy, but I seriously, if you attack a kid, I will be the first person to defend that person, the kid. I don't like people attacking children. That is my limit in life. How expensive is this one? You mean the marble? I have no idea. I have no idea how much this marble will be. I'm just kind of going funky on it. I'll probably let it go cheap just because it's just, I'm having a great time on here. Okay. So this is going to be really cool. Watch how this happens. See those little dots all the way around? So what's going to happen is I'm going to melt them all down. We're going to pull it in, and then we're going to spin it up a little bit, and it's going to create this little spiral in there. Yeah, kids and animals for me. I do not, I am like, that's my boundary. Now, that's where I don't care what someone thinks is funny. I don't like it. Especially children and animals, to be honest. All right, so we're pulling this down. It's going to look amazing. But yeah, 24-hour stream for St. Jude would be really cool. Colleen, have a good night. Thank you for hanging with me, Colleen. It's always such a pleasure to have you. All right, so this is actually looking cool. I'm not sure how funky this is going to be, but man, I think we're doing good tonight. Someone had mentioned, who mentioned the gold fuming? Because you had a great idea for that. Look at all, so there's all the dots. Everywhere that dot is the pure gold. We're about to spiral it up. I don't remember who said the gold fume, though. That was a good idea. Whoever said it, great idea. We're all good. How expensive? Oh, that's what I was saying. How expensive is the marble? I don't know yet. So I'll give you a little bit about what I want to turn this channel into. So part of being on YouTube is you make money from AdSense and things like that, right? I would like to be able to turn this channel into, as I'm making projects, have a set price on an item, let's say $35. And everything I'm making becomes $35 and someone just bids on it, or we have some type of action like that. So like this marble in particular, someone said they just want it, $35. Okay, here we go. Now, remember I said we were going to pull all those colors in? Look at that. So my goal on this channel is to, everything I'm making in the future will be 35. There'll be a little checkout button down there. And I'll check out Shriners for sure. And then there's a checkout and someone can just purchase what I'm making on the live stream. But I don't want to be, like super expensive, you know what I mean? And I know 35 is expensive for some people, and I appreciate that, but I do have cost of materials. All right, here we go. We're going to twist this up. Here we go. We're twisting it up. But like if you price this marble with other glass blowers or lamp workers, I promise you this would be well over 100. But my goal is to hit it and generate money off of YouTube, the channel itself, and then be able to sell the items to everybody watching at a very reasonable rate. There we go. We got the little spiral going. So that's my future goal for 2026. Just create this wonderful environment. And so far, all of you have been a part of that wonderful environment, and I appreciate everybody that's been hanging with me this whole time. And you've made my life a lot better. Sorry, I'm getting the hiccups. Where did the zoom cam go? I am only on vertical right now. I don't have the horizontal going. So YouTube has a very unique setup where I can do horizontal and vertical simultaneously, but there are some nuances with it that I have to fix up. It's a relatively new feature, and I think I have to do the horizontal separately for a little while and the vertical separate. All right, so now I want to get rid of this middle gap. Okay, we got this gigantic egg shape, and I don't want an egg. I want an actual marble. So we got to do it that way. This marble's actually really cool. I'm not kidding. It's actually turning out pretty awesome. I'm very, very happy with the direction it's going. A little bit of uranium, some silicon wafers, some gold fuming, crushed opals. What else can you ask for it? I remind me of one of the Mythbusters? No, I'm not a Mythbuster. Everybody always says I look like Denzel. I personally, I see the resemblance a little, but yeah. Everybody always says I look like Denzel. Okay, let's start getting this round. Can you imagine being so cool in life that you just have one word in your name and everybody knows who you're talking about? You can say Denzel, and everybody knows who Denzel is. Like you're just that epic. Okay, so this looks really good. I'm going to bring it out. I'm hoping the hot shot will show you exactly what it's looking like. I'm hoping the hot shot looks good. A hot shot is just basically when it's hot and you can't see any colors. So you can definitely see those little spirals running around. Oh man, it's not showing it. Hold on, let me get it hotter. A little bit hotter. Oh, I'm way too fat to be share. No, I wouldn't be share. I don't see the share thing. All right, there we go. And then the top spirals, they don't look like it, but they're folding on top of each other. Show everybody the self-portrait. Well, if anybody's seen my self-portrait, I don't know. If you haven't seen my self-portrait and you want to see my self-portrait, type 1 in the chat. If you haven't seen it before. Yeah, you can definitely buy it. Michael, you can for sure buy it. You already mentioned it, so yeah, absolutely. Got you. I got you covered. Oh my God, the silicone wafer's looking good in here. So in here is that little rectangular piece in there, it's hard to see right now, is the silicone wafer. It looks really good. So we're going to grab this here. We're going to punty up to the other side and hopefully get this thing into a beautiful round marble and make it look awesome. Oh, we got a few takers on here. Yeah, the self-portrait is like, it's when I was younger, so you'll see the resemblance somewhat, but yeah. So while I'm melting this, I'll bring out the self-portrait. So this is me it's a self-portrait of when I was very young. And I did have a lot of direction back then though. So here is me at a very young age. You can see the hair is exactly the same. See our hairstyle, just the same. But yeah, that is me when I was very, very young. See? That's me. A lot of good self-direction. I was a little skinnier back then. All right, let's get this rounded out. So this is the side that has the silicone wafer, the crushed opals, and all that stuff in there. I know, it's uncanny, right? Yep, there is uranium glass all over the place. I know, I was pretty quick. Like I said, I had a good sense of direction. Like I said, my sense of humor can be a little offbeat every once in a while. But, yeah. No harm, though. All right, so I just need to get this rounded out, and this marble will be all finished up. Just got to round it out. Gonna bring it in. Nope, nobody watches this. This is a figment of your imagination. It's just a figment. It's a simulation. All right, let's go. We're gonna round this out. Just kind of getting it to bring down. I can definitely see the crushed opals in here. The crushed opals look really good. Looks like Steve Harwell from Smash Mouth. No, everybody says I look like Denzel, like I said. Got the Denzel look. All right, Let's go. So we just have to get it a little bit rounder here. Now, one of the things that I use on here, these are molds made out of graphite. And graphite is one of the few materials that will not stick to glass. So a lot of my tools are made of graphite. And that's pretty amazing. But the only drawback of graphite is how brittle it is. It can definitely break super easy. So that's the drawback of using graphite. But one of the things other thing that's pretty amazing about the graphite is it literally sucks the heat out of the glass. So if I left this marble in the graphite, it would pull the heat out of the glass and actually crack the marble if I left it in there too long. It would crack it because it cooled the marble down so fast. If I could make some corks from the Legend of... I don't know what those are. I would have to look at it, but I don't do anything that has a direct copyright. But I can do Zelda-ish, if you know what I'm saying. All right, I'm just trying to get this last little bit round here. 2026 for this channel is going to be amazing, though. I have so much planned out. I've been spending the past 3 days writing my 2026 schedule out. It's going to be super amazing. There are things on here that you can't even fathom. Like, I'm going to be doing some stuff that nobody's done before. All right, lastly, I have this damn crease in here. It's pissing me off. Sorry. So what I'm looking at is the reflection of the lights off the marble. Okay, so see the lights reflecting off? And as I go around, they should stay very smooth. But right dead center in here, you're going to see that right there. Did you see how it wobbled right there? That light right in the middle. That's telling me there's a crease in it. And so when the light is not bouncing smooth, there's a problem. And that's what I'm watching, and it's not smooth right now. There's a crease in it. And I'm trying to get that out, and it's pissing me off. Oh, wrong one. So in order to get that crease out, I'm going to try and go to the smaller marble mold over there. The marble should never fit into the mold. It should be able to ride around the edge of the mold. I got to move this out of the way. I'm too scared I'm going to crack it. So it goes into a smaller mold here, and that's what helps work out all those little spots in it. And I think I just got it. We're going to smooth it out one more time, but I think that did it. I mean, it'll be within a millimeter. Or even less, probably half a millimeter. Which you shouldn't be able to really feel. That works right there. All right, we're good. That worked. All right, so that little rectangular wafer in there is a silicon wafer. We got uranium glass, we got crushed opals, we got gold fume. We're going to bring out the flashlight and try and show as much as possible on here. Ready? Ready for a little bit of reveal? We'll see what else can be done. Oh man, I'm hoping you can see the crushed opals. Oh my God, they're bright. Oh, wow. I'm going to try and bring it up. I can only get so far. Can you see the little opals around the side? Oh my God, they look beautiful. Right there, opals. and then a silicon wafer inside. Then we're going to go to the other side. There's the gold fume. So that really orangey gold color is the gold fume pattern. And then it's got uranium deep inside it. Yeah, that rocks. That definitely rocks. All right, last little trick. We got a punty up here, and then we're going to cut it off and smooth out that last little bit and detach it from the rod. Yeah, the opals are absolutely amazing in there. Holy moly, man. Hold on, I got to smooth it out. 1 second. Just saw something. Yeah, that's pretty cool on there. I got one planned out for you, Red Squeak. I actually have something in mind for you separately, Red Squeak. We'll build it separately. I actually have a design for you. After you had mentioned it, I thought of one for you. It's a total Red Squeak special. How do you pay for it? Message me. So message me at thefieryguy@outlook.com. So thefieryguy@outlook.com. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Is it Tassie? Thank you. Love the channel. I'm hoping my eyes are a little buggy at the moment. I hope it's Tassie. I didn't want to say Lassie. I'm hoping it's Tassie. So I said it correctly. But if it's not, I apologize. But thank you for the super chat. I'm totally, it's a little, I can't see it that well. My eyes are a little bit bugged out from this brightness right now. Could I do a shamrock in the middle of a marble? I don't know. I don't know if I could do a shamrock. I've never tried that. Interesting concept, though. So if you were going to do a shamrock in the middle of the marble, you have to draw it backwards. You'd have to draw it in there. Okay, it's Tassie. Thank you for clarifying that. Thank you so much for clarifying it. It's just a little off on the color. It looks a little off. Con CT, thank you for that comment. Damn, you guys are making me feel good tonight. You're definitely uplifting me tonight. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate the uplifting tonight. No, I definitely have a Red Squeak version that we're going to be doing with the computer chip, with the CPU chip. Actually, I don't know if it's a CPU, but yeah. So this marble has 2 silicon wafers in it, parts of silicon wafers, and it should look pretty cool. You should do a uranium glass pickle. I've done uranium glass pickles. Definitely. What's up, Miss V? Miss V's in the house. Said address not found. Okay, just send it to starrynightglass@gmail.com. Starry, S-T-A-R-R-Y, starrynightglass@gmail.com. Just like the Van Gogh painting. But I'll check out the Fiery Guy should be active, but I'll check it out. It should be an Outlook. Man, this thing looks amazing. All right, we're going to try the flashlight again. We're going to see if we got it. Semiconductor. That actually sounds better. All right, so here's part of the reveal. Looks like nothing, right? And look at that. You can see all that gold fuming right there. See how, and then boom, off. Then this is the opal side. I'm hoping you can see them. Oh, you can see the green opals right in there. All those green little specks are the opals with some uranium. It's hard to hold this though. Man, it's hard. This looks amazing though. It looks good. And then we started this marble. I forgot about it. We got to finish this up. So we got to make another funky marble. So what I was encasing there are silicon wafers. This is a part of it. You can see the little wafers on there, the little chips. And I have a whole bunch of this that I had purchased a while ago. There's the backside, which is actually kind of pretty by itself too. But we can fully encase that and it just magnifies everything. So you take these little squares out, you cut them, and then you magnify it. It looks really good. I think it's a fantastic look to that. Have you done Indian vials inside? No, I have not, that I can think of. And the reason I say I have not is because I have no idea what that is. Iridium? Oh, I wouldn't use your iridium. Uranium? Yes. Iridium? No. Iridium's very toxic. You know, back in the day when they had the glow-in-the-dark watches, and they had the little dials that had the glow-in-the-dark numbers on there, all the people that were painting the little dials actually ended up dying because they were licking the brush to make it finer with the iridium on there. I discovered that through, I don't remember what channel I was watching, but they had it on there. All right, so we're doing another funky marble right now. Ready? We're going to do some funky. That's right, the Radium Girls, that's it. That's it. That is it. That was the show, I believe. All right, let me grab a quick drink. 1 second. Sorry, I got a drink online. Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew for the win, right? But my throat is super dry right now. I don't do Prince Rupert's drops. I don't like that. I don't like them. I think they're a waste of glass. And they're extremely dangerous. Okay, so we put a little funky sandy color on here. We're going to throw some uranium on here. So this is the uranium glass. You can see that it glows really bright green under black light. We're going to throw it on top of the sandy color right now. We're doing funky marble number 2. We'll do some audience participation, okay? If you guys want to hang with me, audience participation. Okay, y'all get to vote on some stuff here. Let's throw on some uranium on the sandy color, and then we'll talk about other stuff. Holy moly. I have a great proposal on this. Yeah, I do. I have a really good proposal. We should do some amber purple on this. Amber purple is an amazing color. It kind of has this dark ambery color, and then it goes with a purple sheen to it. It is absolutely beautiful. All right, so we got uranium glass on there right now. Tyler, Texas in the house. Welcome in. Yeah, it's called amber purple. So it's an amber color with a purple sheen to it. It's really an amazing color. I have some over here too. It'll be cool. All right, so we're going to encapsulate some clear on top of that uranium. And then we're going to do some funky stuff. We're going to definitely do some funky stuff. So we got sandy, uranium, clear. Let's go over the uranium right now, fully encapsulate it. Man, I am having fun tonight. Thank you all for making my night hella fun. I am having an absolute blast. All right, let's go. We're going to put this all together. Yeah, tonight's a good night. How many years in art school? 0. I have no art school training. All right, so we got the clear on there. Looks very much like a bowling pin starting to come about. All right, let's go. We're going to encapsulate that. Let's kick on the big flame. Big flame engaged. So the flame size, when it goes bigger, smaller, the flame is at pretty much the same temperature. The only thing that is changing here is the actual size of the flame. That's the way this torch works. It's incredibly easy to widen and narrow the flame down, but I want to keep the heat exactly the same. So we just go through, and that's the part that I love about this brand of torch is the heat stays the same within 100 degrees or so, but it's just the width of the flame. RAM memory chip. Thank you for checking that out. I don't even know what to call it, but thank you. I've got like 12 of those full discs. All right, so we got uranium glass, sandy color. We're going to do some amber purple in here. And I don't know what other funky stuff we're going to do. We're going to vote all together. We're going to put it all together as a group, a collective group here. Yeah, Radium Girls. That's what it was that I was remembering the show for. I felt so bad for them because nobody had an idea they were getting sick. But yeah, they made all those little glow-in-the-dark watch parts and clocks, and they would lick the paintbrush to get it a little thinner with the material on there, and they all got sick. I felt so bad when I saw that. But then again, like one of the books I have behind me for glassblowing talks about using asbestos for a countertop surface. So, you know, you don't know what you don't know, right? Okay, so this one has uranium glass, a little bit on the inside, a sandy color like this. This is what I'm referring to as a sandy color, kind of like sand. Some clear. And then we're going to throw amber purple on the other side. And that is what's going to really make it look amazing. Who pays the gas bill? Me. I pay the gas bill. I have to feed my dragon for the flame. I have a little Game of Thrones dragon back here, providing the flame. Okay. So we got a puntty there, uranium, sandy, and we need amber purple. Now, amber purple is one of my favorite colors, and I'm going to tell you why amber purple is one of my favorites. I find it a magical color because when you have it and you do it correctly, it has this bluish tinge to it when you hit the light with it just right. And you just see amber and blue and iridized. You're going to see it here. We're going to do it tonight. We're going to make sure it shows. If you hang with me long enough, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Thank you, Red Squeak. All right, so there's amber purple right there. I'm going to park this right here. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get the light on there. See this little nub right here, this little dark? Watch. Do you see all the blue popping out of it a little bit? A little bit of blue in there? That's what it does. But right now, we're going to make it a lot of it. We're going bananas. Full send. We're going to make it look good. We're doing a full send launch on this. I don't know why, but this looks really cool. It looks almost creepy, ghosty creepy. It looks really ghosty creepy. It's almost scary looking how cool it is. All right, here we go. So this is the amber purple that I'm adding on right now. The odd part about it is it looks very, very transparent until it cools off. Then the magic happens. Or it cools down. So it's definitely a color shifting glass. And no matter how you look at it, at every angle, it changes its color. All right, almost done here with it. All right, there we go. That's enough. All right, so we're going to spend a minute melting this in. And we're just melting it in right now. So I want to close up this gap a little. So what changes the color is the type of gas that I'm using and how much of it. So I'm using an oxygen propane mix. If I use more propane than normal, we're going to get kind of like a fuzzy amber color. It's almost fuzzy. If I use an oxygen-rich flame, meaning I push a lot more oxygen as opposed to propane than normal, it will create the purple-blue result. So it really depends on the flame chemistry as to what color exactly you get out of it. And that's what I'm focusing on right now. So we're running a little bit oxygen-rich at the moment. Not quite all the way, but a little more oxygen-rich. And that's what's weird about the glass is the flame chemistry changes the color. Okay, so now we have the amber purple right here. It's super hot. We're going to let it cool off for a second. And we're just going to do that. Going to let it cool off for a second. And hopefully we start getting that amber color to start popping in. A tank of MAP gas? No. MAP gas will heat it, but not melt it like this. You definitely need some oxygen to enhance it a little bit. Okay, so this will be the interesting part. Okay, we're going to do a little science. We're doing a Breaking Bad science experiment. Okay, pay attention to that color. Notice how clear it is up here. We're going to use the light. If you got 3 minutes, it's worth the time to stay and watch. All right, here we go. So again, very transparent, right? Not much to it. Now hold on. So we're going to bring the flame out. And the trick is I had to let it cool off a little. We're going to buzz it with the flame a tiny bit. And then let it cool. Got to stop. And we just got stage 1 completed. So you can kind of see a little bit of maybe a little bluey going on. And we're going to bring it back out. And we're going to buzz it again, let it cool off, and then buzz it again. And let it cool. Oops, I knocked my phone off. And now we're starting to get that ambery color starting to pop through. But just wait, there's more. So now that it's cooled off again, we're going to heat it up one more time. Now this time I went a little more oxygen rich. And now look at the amber starting to pop out. And we're really getting that blue effect on it. See that blue? And amber. One last time, because I don't want to buzz too much of this, because we still have a lot of work left to do on it. There we go. So now amber and blue. You can definitely see all that blue popping in, and then back to amber. So that is the tricky part of this color. But now we got to focus on it and let's develop it. Now, as I start heating it again, it's going to go completely back to clear. So now it's back in its clear form. It completely took all the color away. And then we're going to add some crushed opals to the top of this amber purple and blend it in. So I got a little bit of crushed opal in here. We're going to use it all up. We're going to use all the crushed opals up. Oh, we're just beginning on this marble. We're getting ready to do audience participation on the marble now. So all of you are going to help vote what else goes into it. All right, let's add the opals here. So first things first, I'm going to add the opals, and then we're going to spin them around a little bit after I get all done here. Okay, we got all the opal in there. We're good. All right, we're going to spread them out so we can thin it up. All right, we're looking good. And here we go. So we're basically mixing all the little opals in there with the amber purple. And when that goes really dark, the amber purple, it's definitely going to make those opals stand out a lot better. I'm kind of curious as to what the heck it's going to look like myself. I've never done this weird combo. Actually, I'm going to lap this around. Hold on. Definitely going to mix it up. Give it a taffy twist. How can you make mine glow with the black light? Well, you have to use uranium glass. There is another glass you can use that has a pink reactive to it. Or you can use my proprietary glow-in-the-dark glass. Mine actually glows in the dark, not just with black light. Okay, so what the heck was I going to show? Oh, the filter. So this right here is my filter. This is what my glasses has in the lenses, my glass lenses. Now, I have one extra shade on here, a welding shade number 5 on my glasses, but this is essentially the primary thing. Now watch this. This is magic. Ready? See how bright that flame is? Here comes the magic. Bye-bye flame. See how the flame's invisible? I'll bring it down a little. Doesn't that look almost like AI? To me, that looks like AI right there. In fact, I'm going to screen clip this. Hold on. We're going to clip it because I'm going to do a little video of this. All right, here we go. We're clipping it. There we go. Oh, I didn't hit the clip right. Damn it. Clip. There we go. But anyway, that's what my glasses have. Yeah, that's how I can see into the fire. It is literally like X-ray vision into the fire. And that's what the material that is in my lenses. Now, I have one extra. Thank you, Baitmaster. Have a good night. I have one extra shade on there. I have a welder shade, that green shade, number 5 on this one. So there's an extra layer for me on there, but it's not 100% necessary. All right, so we're making a little funky, cool marble here. So we got amber purple, we got crushed opals, we got uranium glass on the inside, and then we're going to do something to the other side. We're going to vote for that. We're going to do a vote. I'm going to let you all pick the next stage. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring it out. Start rounding this out a little bit. Last little bit here. Just got to get it round. Do you do picture marbles? Oh, you're talking about the marbles that have Millefiori chips in it. Yes. I have a little bit of Millie, but I don't do a lot of it. Yeah, not a whole lot of it. Okay, so we're just got to round it out tiny little bit here. Scrunchy little bit. So this mold that I'm using here, this little half round little circles in here, is a marble mold, and it is made out of graphite. It is designed to allow me to be able to shape the marble without it sticking to the glass. Graphite is one of the very few materials that can work with glass and not stick. Okay, so we've got the crushed opals up here with the amber purple. I'm going to puntee it up. Now for the other side, we can do one of two things. We can either do the gold fume on top of there and create that spiral dotting section again, or we can use a glass called Lucy. Lucy is a UV reactive pinky orange glass. And I'll show you the Lucy here in a second. So I'm going to let you all choose which one we do, okay? But before I do that, I got to grab the Lucy so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This marble's actually beautiful already. But we're going to take it epic. Hey, do you ever get tired of making marbles? Nope. I don't. I make all kinds of stuff, but no, I never get tired of making marbles because no two are ever the same. It's like asking if you get tired of drinking water. Okay, I need some Lucy. Ah, come on. Oh, there we go. So see that clear glass? Stay. Ready? Oh, I need my other black light. Hold on. I don't know if y'all can see that pink in there. So that is a pink blacklight reactive glass. So that is the Lucy right there. The reason it was named Lucy is from Lucille Ball. So gold fume or Lucy? You guys vote right now. While I pick up the Lucy rod I dropped. I'm going to park this in the kiln for 1 second. You guys vote. Gold fume or Lucy? So it'll be a big cluster of Lucy out there. And we'll use this one. Yeah, Lucy looks like it's got the win. So yeah, it was named after Lucille Ball, the redhead version. So that's why it was named Lucy, is because it has that super red pinky look like that. Isn't that pretty though? It's a cool glass. Isn't that bright? All right, we're going to add the Lucy. So the whole top of it is going to be covered in Lucy. We're going to do one. You know what? We're going to do one extra thing on here. So this is a liquid metal glass right here. It's very liquidy metal looking. We're going to add a little bit on there. And then the Lucy is going to shimmer. What's up, Betty? Betty Warren's in the house. How you doing, Betty? All right, so we're just going to add this shimmer on here. Not too much, just a little bit. Okay, there's the Lucy. I need to grab the clear. All right, so we're going to add that shimmer, and we're going to shimmer it with Lucy on there. It's going to be beautiful. All right, let's mix it up. So we got a little dot of it right there. You can see the dot. And just mix and blend it around. Don't have to be real specific with it. But definitely going to have to use a lot of the Lucy on there because the uranium underneath it is going to be so strong, it'll overpower the Lucy unless you drown it with Lucy color, making it look absolutely amazing. So the uranium definitely pops out on a black light more bright than the Lucy, for sure. All right, let's spiral this up real quick. Give me 1 second. While I'm doing that, I'll show you what I mean here. So there's Lucy, and there is uranium right next to it. If we put them side by side, you can see the pink is having a hard time competing with that green. So we got to overstack the green in order for it to show up with the pink. So that's why we're going to use a lot of it on here. Okay, we got some beautiful swirls. Let's start adding it in. It just attacked me. This one's going to be a beautiful marble too. And here we go. Marbleicious is the name of our title for tonight. We are doing Marbleicious. These also work really good if you work in an office where you have to have a keyboard buddy. And if you know what I mean by a keyboard buddy, it's a little project or a little item you can set on your keyboard to keep it typing while you step away, so it looks like you're working when you're actually not. All right, let's mix the Lucy in here, blend it up. Gotta love the keyboard buddies, right? But what's nice is you could have this on your desk and nobody knows what the heck it is. You don't have to tell them it's keyboard buddy. No, not a memorial marble. No memorial. This is a open source, ready to go, funky, abstract marble. We are freewheeling it tonight. Yeah, keyboard buddy. So yeah, you could park this at your desk, and when you have to step away, you just put it on your keyboard there. And then when you come back, you have a little marble on your desk. Nobody can say what the heck it is. All right, we're smoothing it out. Lots of Lucy on this baby. Hobnail. Yes, I can do some hobnails, for sure. Chemistry glassware? No, not really. That's a whole different art form as far as actual lab glass. No. Okay, so this is going to be beautiful. So this has the pink glowing glass on it. It's got crushed opals, amber purple, uranium. It's got everything. It's got the kitchen sink. Can I make witch's crystal ball? I don't know what a witch's crystal ball looks like. I would have to actually see a physical photo, unless you're just talking like a clear ball, and which I wouldn't buy a clear ball for myself. They're produced out there in the open market. If that's it, just a clear ball, I wouldn't do it out of borosilicate. I definitely would not do it out of boro. Good night, Nicole. Is it easy to ship to Sydney, Australia? As long as the mail goes there, yeah, I'm good. All right, so got to get rid of the egg shape right now. We're just going to start forming it. And again, can I say thank you to everybody watching right now? Thank you for making my night so incredibly awesome and hanging with me. And just the marbles are going to be 35 right now. I'm just doing, it's way below market price, way below. They're 35 right at the moment. My goal on this channel is, as I start progressing through, we'll start making money on Google's AdSense. I am monetized on here. So the beauty of being monetized is I will be able to sell the marble and all the other stuff that I'm doing. I'm trying to keep it like in a $35 price range. And basically just to cover the cost of materials and some other stuff. But for basic projects, yeah, like random one-offs like this, yeah. So my price point, I'm trying to get into, oh my God. Sorry. I have to show this. It looks really cool. Oh my God. Now it's not going to show the Lucy, but I'm going to try and get it way up here. I don't know if y'all can see that shimmer in there. It is a spiral shimmer on the inside. It looks like a freaking star sapphire in here with a spiral. Oh my God, I wish you could see it. It's too bright. It's too damn bright. It's so gorgeous. Wow. I may have to repeat that process too. So tonight I've learned a couple things. I've actually learned a little bit tonight myself. I've done two things on here that I've learned that I really like. All right, we're going to pop this here. And we're going to go over to the amber purple side with the crushed opals. And we're going to burn this off. And the amber purple's looking fantastic too. I'll definitely do some photos of this tomorrow. I'll create a shorts video. I'll create a shorts video of tonight's marbles, and I'll put them all together. I've been clipping and doing little spot segments of the process as we're going through too. So I'll be able to put together a nice little presentation. But yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. Betty is asking, yeah, Betty said if it's not sold, I think someone messaged ahead of time, Betty. It might be Sun. I think someone had messaged ahead of time, Betty, but if that doesn't go through, then I will put you on the list for next. We'll get that done. But yeah, someone had messaged before. I'm sorry, Betty. But I will be making more. We're going to do some funky, cool marbles this week. And I have another fun process this week we're going to be doing. I can do egg shapes, yeah. The problem with egg shapes is how to stand them up. You have to flatten the bottom of them a little bit. And then it kind of distorts the actual glass piece. Unless I can find a really good stand for it, it'd be a little complicated. Yeah, this marble definitely on the open market would sell for a hell of a lot more than 35. But like I said, I'm trying to develop the YouTube channel so that I'm making money on the ads, like from the live streaming. And then I can sell the products that are being made on here for minimal just to recover costs. That's my goal for the channel. I want to be able to monetize. I am monetized, but I want to monetize it to a point where you all watching this get to buy it at a reasonable price. And that is my ultimate goal. That is my 2026 goal for this year. Because I can tell you right now, if the marble wasn't, if we weren't doing YouTube monetization or anything pressing on that, this would be well over 100, just in materials and time. All right, give me a second. I need to get this crease out. I want to see if we can see the opals in here because we did park them in here. I want to see if we can see them popping out. But But yeah, I do have the Shopify store engaged now, and I'm going to be able to link my YouTube live stream to the Shopify store, and there's going to be an item on there that says made live, made on live. And we'll go through and I'll be able to post that item up and you'll be able to purchase it like that. So like all these one-offs at that price, we'll be able to park it in there and then boom, get it done. Good night, Gail. All right, one last little round. I know I'm jabbering, but I got to get this little crease out of here. It's right there. Last little spot, and that should be good to go. There's definitely a Funkalicious spot right here. Funkalicious. Is that a word? Funkalicious? All right, last little bit here. Yeah, we're good. Just got to smooth it out now. Yeah, all right. So now we're going to smooth it out. I'm going to let it cool for a few seconds here. We're going to bring out the flashlight and hopefully catch the opals buzzing around up here. Because the opals should be above the amber purple and very, very, very cool. Funkalicious is a word now? I like it. We can do that. Funkalicious. All right, make sure there's no big, giant, glaring flaws. Okay, let's let it cool for a second. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to bring it as close to the camera as I can. And you can kind of see it's definitely got some cool colors. And we got the Lucy on the other side. I don't know if the Lucy's going to show. No, not quite. But look at this so far. So we got lots of color bouncing through here. And then on the top, I don't know if it's going to show. Hold on, let me see if I can dim this light a little bit. And we have opals running around the whole top. There. It's hard to see, but there's little tiny opals bouncing around the top of that amber purple. There's the side. We got uranium. We got Lucy. Oh my God, it's so cool. All right, now we're going to use my favorite tool on the planet. I always say Dragonfly Creation, the moderator right there, Dragonfly Creation 14. She makes these amazing tools. If you are a glassblower and you do not have this tool, you are completely missing out. You have no idea what you're missing. Okay, we're going to grab it, and this is how you remove it from the stick. Just like that. Now, before I heat it up, can you see that shimmer in there now? Look at that spiral shimmer. I don't know if y'all can see that liquid metal shimmer in there. And then there's the opal amber purple side that hasn't engaged. But look at that shimmer. Oh my God. Looks good. Now we got to smooth it out. You know, tonight has been one of the most fun nights I've ever had on this live stream. Tonight has been so much fun. I just have not had this much fun in a while. Oh, look at that spiral. Holy moly. And then there's a side view. Oh, I love it. Okay, we're going to grab that. We're going to park it in the kiln. Now, this one has to go all the way to the back of the kiln so the color comes out. Funkalicious. Okay, it has been a 3 hours and 30 minutes of live streaming. So I definitely need to take a bio break or I'm going to burst. So give me a little bit. I don't think I'll be back. It's 10 o'clock. Hit the subscribe button, the notifications if you want. And definitely come back tomorrow. And I think we're going to stream on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve tomorrow, and New Year's Day. We're going to stream both. But anyway, let's call it a night. I thank you everybody for hanging with me, and thank you. I'll talk to you all soon.